Thank you very much, and welcome to the Geeky Dads podcast. My name's Ian Duffy, and today I'm joined with Chris Moss.
Hello.
Craig Edwards.
Howdy.
And Mike Shelsh here. So how's everybody?
Yo.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So let's start off with what's everybody binging, what's everybody playing at the moment. So we'll start off with you, Chris. What you've been binging, what you've been playing?
I've been playing League of Legends and ripping my hair out with it because the season ends today.
Yeah.
And I was in Silver 1. It's not a great position or anything like that, but I was trying to get to gold, get a fancy skin and all that sort of thing. And unfortunately, it turns out that all the good players have stopped playing.
Okay.
Because it's the end of the season. So after a few days of absolutely bashing my head against the desk, I gave up. And me and the missus have been watching Ghostbusters stuff instead. And I've been playing Magic and Eternal. There's various digital card games, and they all have new sets out at the moment. So just playing around with that sort of thing. So.
Oh, yeah. Great. Mike, what about you?
Lately, I've been playing Age of Empires 4 quite a lot, to be honest with you. But that's getting deleted soon because Battlefield comes out, Battlefield 2042. So that's going to be like my major new thing. I'm absolutely majorly into Battlefield games, and I played the beta. Really can't wait for this to come out. So that's me.
Great. Craig, what about you?
I've literally just started playing Final Fantasy 12 again.
Nice.
The Zodiac Age one, because it's on the Xbox Game Pass. So it's a good 40 hours to pass plus if I do everything on it. And I'm binge watching actually at the minute Young Sheldon because I've started watching that because I've just finished Big Bang Theory again. But what I've just realised as well in Young Sheldon, I didn't realise the woman who plays his Mimai's Nan is the receptionist in Ghostbusters. I didn't even know
It is,
I didn't even know. I was like, no way, because I watched the other Ghostbusters. So I was like, I'm sure that's her. I was like, I got an IMDb, and I was like, yep, it is.
Yeah. I mean, I've just been binge watching Young Sheldon myself because I've put off watching it because you remember all these shows about all young characters and they're normally a bit naff, but this has actually been really, really fun.
I know, I'm loving it and it's making me sad because I love the dad in it, and to find out in another 3 seasons he's going to be dead because he loses his dad when he's 14.
Yeah, I've not actually watched it yet myself, and I really want to watch it because I was really into the Big Bang Theory, so I really need to get into it and watch that series as well because I've watched every Big Bang.
Well, like I say, he says in Big Bang series that his dad died when he was 14, and in the series now he's 11. So, like I said, it's only got a good 3 more seasons in it before his dad actually dies, and it's just like,
it's like that impending doom, isn't it? Yeah, it is really good. And I automatically clocked that was Janine when I was watching. So that's Janine. You never see her or anything.
She actually does the voice for Bo Peep though in Toy Story, which I found out going through IMDb. Yeah, she does the voice for Bo Peep. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
When I was looking at a videography and that, what she does, and she does the voice for Bo Peep.
I found out some shit before, but I didn't want to say because I was going through IMDb as well. I don't want to say because I don't know whether Ian's going to bring it up later on, because it's about Ghostbusters. So I'm going to leave it just in case he brings it up. But as I was going through IMDb, I was like, oh.
Well, if we don't cover it, you'll have to bring it up anyway.
I will do. Yeah.
But I was going to say, you all know, and probably all the listeners are going to know now that I've actually been playing Fortnite lately.
Yeah.
You know what? It's because since Ezra's arrived, I think Tommy's felt a little out of place, sort of bit. Yeah. So when he's with me, he's with us. He's I think he does get a little bit jealous because I'm to look after it. So he's 18 months old, so so I just said he's always going on about Fortnite. I can't be arsed going through Roblox with him because it's just bullshit to me that. So I said I downloaded that Fortnite, so I messaged them. I said, okay, I've downloaded Fortnite. What do I do? so get V-Bucks. I said, okay, how do I get V-Bucks? You buy them. It's like, well, so it cost me money to like. So I was like, what else as well? I said, why can't I change my character? I'm a woman. I want to be a man. Why can't I change my character? Oh no, you got to buy skins. Okay, I'll do that. Get V-Bucks. I was like, oh crap. So I paid the tenner last month, and I just got like this pass. And I'm so far I've actually got a couple of good skins now. I think I've got an alien skin, from the Xenomorph.
Yeah.
I've got the Joker, and what else have I got? I've got this other one as well, but I've just been playing that constantly. I mean, me and Tommy was up till midnight the other night playing it on Saturday nights.
Nice.
Is it like the most expensive free game ever, isn't it? Like, it's meant to be free, but you have to pay for everything in the bloody game.
I can't say anything, to be fair. Me and my nephew are really into Minecraft, and but he's into like the Minecraft that's like the new basic version of it that's on like either Xbox or just on Microsoft.
Oh,
and
Bedrock.
that is it's gone the same way. It's going the same way now. They want to buy skins. They have to buy skins.
Yeah.
When it originally started, you just modded it. You just did what your own way of doing it. But because they wanted to make it easier for kids, they thought, oh, we can make money off this.
Yeah, it's the marketplace, isn't it?
Yeah,
all the extra stuff on the marketplace and what have you. Because
let's rip off the parents.
Yeah. Because I play it on Java, and
I play it on Java as well.
Modding community around it and what have you, and the different mods and stuff that they have. It's non-official, but the support is there. If you see what I mean.
And it was always allowed as well. So
yeah, exactly.
And it still is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The modding community around Minecraft on Java Edition is still massive. It's right up until like the latest versions and so on. And half the stuff in their official releases is ideas coming from the modding community and so on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like all the new cave stuff that they've got coming out, there's been mods that have changed the world generation and had these big massive caves and stuff. That's been going back for years. So
yeah, I mean, even like the super biomes thing came from that. Like it came from the modding community. It was like, it was huge, and it created like different ways of like doing things. So they took it on. Yeah, and now they're like, oh, we can make a bit of money on this.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's I mean, I know Tommy's mad on. He's a bit on and off with Minecraft, but at the moment it's just Roblox, and Roblox is bullshit. That's all. But apart from Fortnite, I think I've just bought I got a load of games for the voucher I got for my birthday, and I got Call of Cthulhu, Sinking City. I've just been buying a lot of Lovecraft.
Is that any good?
To be honest with you,
I've played it. It's actually really good.
Was it?
Quite good.
Yeah. Nice.
It depends.
I did look at it. I heard differing views on how good it was, but I did look at it myself. But
if you're happy to sit and watch a lot of like talking or like read a lot, yes, it's quite good. And if you're into like that sort of like Call of Cthulhu style stuff, and it's quite good.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I got them because they had the big Halloween sale, so I got Call of Cthulhu for like £7. Sinking City for 10. I got some other game called Cthulhu's Awakening. It's like an indie game, but it's a bit like Castlevania-esque, but it's really shite. And there was this one game I was going to get called what's it called? Moons of Madness. It's like a space version of at the Mountains of Madness by Lovecraft, which has had all right reviews, but I think I bought it I put it in my basket at $11.59. By the time I went to pay for it, it'd gone up to like £25, and I weren't going to pay for that. So
I didn't realise you were such a Lovecraft fan, Ian.
I'm really into my Lovecraftian stuff, which we'll go on to later in the episode. So. Okay, so here's the main crux of our first episode, and we're going to be talking about in celebration of the release eventually of Ghostbusters Afterlife, of the original 1984 classic Ghostbusters. What's everybody's first memory of this? Chris, what about? Want to start with you?
First memory of it. It's probably the Devil Dogs. That was that when I first saw Ghostbusters, like years and years and years back, obviously. Like that was the thing. They were terrifying. They were proper scary. Like when we were young, and the whole thing with like possession and stuff. I've never been comfortable around possession as a kid.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like the Care Bears movie.
Oh, you're talking about the one.
Yeah,
you're talking about the one with the evil book.
Yeah, with the evil book.
I remember that.
That messed me up something rotten. I don't like that. So you laugh now, mate, but you know. But
I watched it a few years ago. It's terrifying.
I told you. Say thank you. But yeah, no, it's got to be the Devil Dogs. They were, that, and I suppose the librarian right at the beginning, because that was what it was like as a kid. You wanted like the scary stuff, sort of thing.
Can we roll back a little bit? What is it about this Care Bears movie that like scared you?
There's a book, right? There's a book, and it's got a face in the middle, and it possesses this lad.
Right.
Yeah. This is true.
And that scared you terribly.
As a kid, that was messed up. I didn't like
and
that.
Teddy Care came out and like vanquished it or something.
The Care
Bears.
Yeah.
They all.
I only know like one like Ted. Like all I can remember is Teddy Care. That's all I can remember from Care Bears.
Care Bears, they basically spunked the magic out of the chests on the
and they had some like animal mates as well. There was a lion and a penguin and a rhinoceros and a wasp and I don't know what else.
What do you call the Care Bears?
Care Bear buddies or something. Yeah.
I need to tell you guys a story about the Care Bears, right? No. This is absolutely true. Like I don't remember watching the Care Bears throughout my life, but I had a Teddy Care when I was a child, and I was obsessed with this Teddy Care as a child. And we went to Butlins in Bethely one year. Everyone knows Butlins in Bethely if you're from England or like from the northwest of England, especially. We went to Butlins one year. And had a great time, stuff like that. Got back home and I realised I'd left my Teddy Care in Bethely. And I cried my eyes out. And I was like, oh no, I left my Teddy Care. I would carry this thing everywhere. So much that it had like an imprint of 3 fingers on the back of it where I was like carrying it when like my mother had washed it and I got it out of the washing machine. And it still had the finger imprints from when it was still wet, and it dried when I was like still like grabbing it, and it was like a shriveled mess, and it was just like it just carried it everywhere anyway.
You still talking about the Care Bear, Rick? That sounds
Still is bear. Yeah.
You're grabbing something else.
No, seriously, it was on its butt as well. That was the best bit. But like, so they tried to like recover this Teddy because I was like completely obsessed. And my nan was like, "Well, I'll buy him another one." And she bought me another one, and she was like, "Oh, look, we found it!" And she handed it to me, and I cried my eyes out. I was like, "It's evil! It's evil!" Its eyes were different. And even my parents will admit to this. I don't know whether she got some sort of like witness market version of Teddy Care or something. But it looked totally different and its eyes looked evil. And like even my parents were like, we had to take it away because even we were like, oh God, it does look evil. It looked crazy, and its eyes were just on wrong or something, and it just looked wrong. They were like it was almost exactly the same, but its eyes were just like evil as fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's off-brand cheap toys. Yeah, they are.
I actually don't think it was. I don't even think it was even an off-brand version. I think they just bought one. It was just like designed wrong. I don't think my grandparents would have done that to me. I don't think they went out there and like found the cheapest version they could buy. They just went and bought one, and it was like it was just wrong.
Oh, crap.
Love it.
So
sorry to go off topic.
It's okay. We'll just have to
you
put a
guys
description about evil teddy bears and rainbow spunk.
Yes.
I'm going to get my girlfriend to start designing like images from the podcasts.
Yeah.
That's
evil Care Bear.
Etsy. Bad Care Bear. Uncle Bad Touch Care Bear.
That's terrible.
Okay, so Mike, what's your first memory of Ghostbusters?
Sorry, I'm still laughing from that. Well, I was born in 1983, so like the first Ghostbusters, I was quite young. But I do remember like my first like sort of like interaction with Ghostbusters with the cartoon. To be fair,
yeah.
And I became obsessed with it, and then my parents were like, "By the way, there's a film," and they showed me the film, and I became absolutely obsessed with it. Became so obsessed with it, I was like, "I want all of the toys. I want all of the things." So my memory of like Ghostbusters is one year I asked my parents for the Ghostbusters Firehouse toy.
Yeah,
I was like, I want the Ghostbusters Firehouse toy, and they were like, and we'll buy you all of the other figurines and stuff. And you ask the other people in the family for like the other things. So I went to one nan because I had obviously my dad's nan, and I went, I really want the Ghostbusters helicopter.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay. And then I thought, well, what if she doesn't buy it for me? So I went to my other nan and I said, I really want the Ghostbusters helicopter. Guess what? They both bought me for Christmas.
Was it the yellow car that had a big monster inside it?
No, it wasn't. It was they both bought me the Ghostbusters helicopter for this. So
Nice.
I had two Ghostbusters helicopters. And did I keep them in pristine? No, I didn't keep them in the boxes. I ripped them both open as soon as I could and played with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a fortune right there. I mean, I was looking on eBay and
I could have just kept one in the box.
You could have.
I think my parents should have just gone like yoink and just took one off me, but like no, they went.
No one knew what they were going to be like in 20 odd years. Did they? You just think it's a little thing, and then obviously 20 years later, eBay comes around. You go, how much is that on eBay now? It's like fucking hell.
I was throwing them into walls and shit. Like,
exactly. If anybody digs up my old house in Runcorn, all they're going to bloody find is about 30 bloody Star Wars figures that got buried because they all died in battle.
Oh God, we used to do that as well. Like we used to dig holes and bury figures when they died.
Yeah.
You know, if you were playing with them, we'd dig a hole and we'd bury a figure and just leave them there. So there probably will be loads of buried figures around the back of my house.
Honestly, I really do think it's probably best to like go back to murder show and start digging the place up. Could be a fortune there. I know I've got a yak base in bloody my old house.
Oh, they were the freaking because most of them had metal detector. Just like figure out all these figures. I'll go back to the Ghostbusters toys when it comes to my turn. Craig, what about you? What's your first memories?
Mine is as I can't remember who it was. Was it Chris who said about the cartoon before the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? Because mine ties because I didn't realise. Obviously, I first knew about the cartoon because I'm sadly the youngest one here, 87. So by the time I got to an age where I knew like what they were, like the cartoon's been out for a while and stuff like that. And I think the Stay Puft Marshmallow, if I can remember, he was like a good guy in the cartoon. And I'm sure there was an episode where they actually had to go into the traps. There was one where they actually went into the place where they catching the ghosts and stuff like that. And then obviously when I found out there was a movie and he was in it, I thought it was brilliant. So, but yeah, mine is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah. Oh, well, I've actually wrote like quite a few notes on this as well. So I first saw it on VHS. So I think it was 84. So I was about 3 when it came out. Probably watched it when I was first watching when I was about 4 or 5. And you said video shop in Widnes across from the Queen's Hall.
Yeah.
And you know, I remember my dad renting it for me, and just the opening was brilliant. Cause the opening had a theme, you know, like you used to get the old VHS with all like the coming attractions on there. And, and this one was I actually found it on YouTube as well. It's like a spooky voice, and now before you watch Ghostbusters, you're going to take part in this ghoulish quiz, and then it had like adverts for Coke and everything. It was brilliant. Then like.
Come on, do the movie voice. Do the movie voice.
Oh, it was meant to sound a bit like Vincent Price.
Now, before you watch Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but it's a bit more camp like that. It's like, now before you watch Ghostbusters.
All right.
Like that. I've just always remembered, always stuck on my head watching that VHS as a kid. Then obviously I used to watch CITV. Now, if anybody is too young to remember this or lives outside the UK, we only had like children's channel, children's TV on a weekday between 3:30 and about 5 o'clock. So it'd be on one. You had
She had
BBC had the Broom Cupboard and ITV had CITV, and I was just watching CITV one day, and it was saying, "Oh, on Saturday, Ghostbusters on TV."
So you had to choose which one you watched.
You just absolutely fucked off Andy.
Yeah, fucking Andy Peters. I hated Andy Peters.
You, Andy.
when we ever get to an episode about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I've got a bloody story about Andy Peters.
Okay.
Sounds so wrong.
So I remember watching this advert and saying, "Oh, this Saturday Ghostbusters on TV," and then this cartoon appeared, and it's like this ghost walking down the street, and then it's the UK premiere of the Ghostbusters cartoon, and I remember losing my shit. I was just absolutely like, what's the word? I was just so excited. I didn't have that's all I could talk about for like the next week. Nice. Obviously the cartoon was brilliant, and I remember going into Tesco in the Runcorn shopping city, and they had all the Ghostbusters figures one day, and my mum bought me the Peter Venkman. Then I think they just got all of them. The only one they had trouble getting was Winston. I think a few months down the line, I finally got a hold of a Winston. But I went over to America when I was 8 in 1987. Was there Halloween, so I went trick or treating over there, and they had all the new toys out before they came out over here.
Yeah.
So my mum bought loads. Bought like all these figures, the ones you used to squeeze and their faces like go screaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like the vehicle. So I had the yellow bug car that turned into like a praying mantis underneath. Like Mike said, I got an Ecto too, the helicopter, but I left two of the wings in bloody Disneyland Hotel. But when I was there, I went to a place called Knott's Berry Farm on Halloween, and it was Ghostbusters there. So they had the car, and they had a fellow who's dressed like Egon, but this fellow who's dressed like Ray, looked like Ray from the films, looked directly like Dan Aykroyd. And one who's Janine looked exactly like Janine from the cartoon. And it felt like Egon looked completely like Egon from the cartoon. No, it was really weird, but I was convinced they were real. Nice. So I said, "Oh, where's Ray and where's Peter and Winston?" Said, "Oh, they're on a mission catching ghosts." And I got pictures taken when the autograph there, so I got autographs somewhere of like Ray Stantz and Egon Spengler, and I got my picture taken with them. I'm going to post them on the Facebook and Instagram once I finish this. But I found them tonight in my mum's house, the pictures, so I'll post them up later.
Oh,
but
wow,
but my mum brought them over and that Christmas, a couple of weeks, about 2 months later, I had all the latest figures and nobody else did. The only thing I did now, awesome. One I'll go into a little bit towards the end of the episode, but I always wanted the Ghostbusters Firehouse, and my parents are really good.
I did get that.
Yeah, we did. We got that eventually.
I
you
did
put the
eventually
slime into the top, and then, like it would go right through the bottom.
And it went right through.
And then you get it in the carpet, and like your parents would go mad.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
As a parent now, though, go on, Craig.
I was going to say I didn't get many of the Ghostbusters toys because I was more of a Power Rangers one at the time for like the Megazords and the weapons and stuff like that when that was out all at the time.
I know what you're about to say, Ian. Like, as a parent now, that was the most wateriest slime that you could ever fucking have in your life. And you would pour it in, and it was dead watery. But, like, it was oily as well. And if it got into the carpet, it would definitely not come out for months.
Actually, I was going to say, as an adult and as a parent now, if I see slime, I freak out and think, oh, God, no. I just put it away.
That was the worst slime as well. Like that was like it was just like absolutely. It wasn't like slime is now, where it's like dead, like consistent. It was dead watery.
Yeah,
and it would get into everything. Just literally get into everything, and then harden.
Yeah, that was the worst part. It hardened.
Yeah.
So there's probably still carpets now that's still got those stains in it.
Probably.
But whenever Tommy gets slime, I automatically just say, right, oh no, the slime's there, it's off, and hide it away. Because that gets near my carpet, I'm going to lose my shit. And the smell puts me off it now.
I can't remember the smell of it.
I can.
Oh yeah, the smell. Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just brings back memories. But I always wanted that Ghostbusters firehouse. My parents got me the car, got me all the figures, like I said, but didn't get me the firehouse. I bought one at a car boot sale when I was about 11, 12. But my dad made me one out of a cupboard. So I had a piece of dowling as the thing,
nice.
as the pole. He had two like doors that opened up. It was brilliant. I didn't appreciate it as much as I did now. And it was
probably better than the actual original, because the original one was shit.
Yeah, you know what? It was, and I wish I still had it now because it was just a piece of art, and he really put his heart and soul into it.
It was probably better than the actual original one because the original one was just really crap. It's worth loads of money. It's worth loads of money now, but like if you look at it and you have it, you kind of go, oh, it's just like 2 bits of plastic with a plastic top on it.
Yeah, and you just push it down. Yeah, I mean, I think I've been looking at because Ezra's just got into Ghostbusters now. He says Ghostbusters. I bought him a Ghostbusters t-shirt. He's been watching the cartoon yesterday, so I said when he's a bit older, I might get him the Playmobil stuff because that actually looks really good.
There is a thing. There is a thing with that though, where like when your parents make you something rather than like you getting the thing that you wanted.
Yeah.
You disrespect it, don't you? When you're a child, you kind of go, oh no, I want this. My mates have got this, and mates have got this. But when you're older, you kind of go, oh my god, my parents spent so many hours making that thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I feel so terrible now. Like they put the heart and soul into it, and I went, but it's not what I want.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you there. It's just, you don't appreciate it when you're a kid, but hopefully, as a kid, as an adult, you appreciate it now, especially.
Absolutely, yeah.
But think about the memory from the film. The scariest bit for me was when Dana got possessed. You know what I mean? When she sat in the chair and those hands come out, and even one grabs her tip.
Oh yeah.
That was always that was the bit like just terrified me. And then you see the devil dog when it's pulling it towards it, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
I think I was like in my 20s by the time I could see that scene, like without having to cover my eyes.
It did go a bit horror movie-esque, and they were like definitely pointing towards like Exorcist and stuff like that, because that was what was out at the time, and like they were like using shots exactly the same as Exorcist.
Yeah.
So they did really well with that, though. They made you scared, and that was the whole point.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is no Dana, only Zool. That was always Like I was watching it as well, and I never got, and I only just got it. Like I'm going to sound awful saying it now, but I only just got like the gatekeeper and the keymaster. So Lewis was the keymaster, and Dana was the gatekeeper. Basically, they were having sex, and I didn't even click until I was out there.
I thought that. I thought that.
You didn't realise the key had to unlock.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I just thought, oh my god, they fucked. I bet Lewis wished he remembered that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been trying to nail it the whole film. All you have to do is get possessed by a devil dog.
Exactly. There's a bit where they're both kind of lying down on a stone slab, and then they both like sit up and they're like adjusting themselves and so on. Yeah. And I only clocked that watching it last night, and I thought that.
All these years, you've only just realised.
Yeah, just like. Oh, honestly, it's like really, but like I like the bit with Ray, like that little bit in the middle. I'm like, it's the whole scene, and I've just bought the Blu-ray, and it's the whole scene. You know, with the bit where Ray's and the ghost is like above his head.
Yeah,
pulls down his dip. You know, when you're a kid, you didn't know what was going on. Yeah, but I was listening to the audio book a couple of weeks ago, and you know, it goes into a bit more detail. It doesn't explicitly say, but he was shagging that ghost.
Yeah,
yeah.
A bit of poltergeist.
You didn't get this at the time.
Movie too.
You don't get this at the time.
I think maybe I've watched it many times, and like now my brain's already worked that out. But like, in my head, I'm like, well, yeah, they were having sex.
Yeah. Well, according to the audio book, he went back for more afterwards. He was a regular visitor.
Who Ray did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so right, so we've actually covered a lot of the cartoon already, but so you've all watched an episode each, is that right? So Craig, you watched Slimer Come Home. Chris, what one did you watch?
I watched the first few because I was really enjoying it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, and I was amazed that like all the ones that I remember. So I watched Ghosts R Us at first, which is the very first one, and I don't know if that was a pilot or what have you. You can tell, like you know, the animation
it was very piloty, wasn't it?
Yeah, the animation's a bit. You know, these are supposed to be ghosts, but they're not really acting like it, and all this sort of thing. But then you get into stuff like Kilowatt, Mrs. Rogers' Neighborhood, Slimer Comes Home is episode 4. The one with the troll, I remember that all of these episodes. I remember them so clearly, and then I was just looking just before when we started, because there was another one that I remember like really vividly, and it's not actually on episode 1. It's right down in episode season 2. Which doesn't sound like it's that far away, but and it's Ghostbuster of the Year, where they go to the house and there's a ghost in there, and the whole point is that they're supposed to stay in this house, and whoever catches the ghost. I remember
this. I've not watched this lately either.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like this. You see, because they go to this house, and whoever catches the ghost is Ghostbuster of the Year. And it's like this little white, creepy old dude sort of ghost sort of thing. And all he wants in the end is his sledge. Because he keeps appearing and going, Rosebud, Rosebud. And that's the name of his sled.
Yeah,
and
I can see a picture of him now on the sled.
And right at the end, he just kind of like, you know, goes out the front door and he goes off sledging down the hill, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's episode 14 of season 2. It is.
Yeah, and I remember that one really vividly. But that's season 2, not season 1. Whereas all the other ones I remember really clearly are all season 1. Yeah. But I don't think I watched many of the later ones. You see, so I did kind of have a look. And it weirded me out because they changed the voice actor for Peter. Yeah. And he sounds really like, without saying it, but he sounds like in every sentence he says, he's saying the word dude at the end. It's like he just comes across like a dumb American accent, and it's like, and I know Bill Murray wasn't happy with or the rumor is that he wasn't happy with the original voice actor because he sounded too much like Garfield. Yeah. Because
can I bring that up right now? Like, because that is something I want to bring up. Yeah. Was that Lorenzo music that?
It was. Yeah.
It was.
So who then played Garfield?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who Bill Murray then ended up playing
Yeah,
Garfield.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The irony of it.
Yeah.
So he wasn't happy with the fact that, and the best part about that is, I read like before as well, Bill Murray, when he took on the Garfield thing, didn't realize he was playing. He didn't care the fact that he was playing Garfield, but he only played it because he thought a different director was directing it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So he basically thought that like the Joel Cohen, who wrote Fargo and stuff like that, was writing it. Who we actually got was Joel Cohen, who made Cheaper by the Dozen, Deadly Daycam, Monster Mash, and Garfield, the Garfield movie, obviously.
Oops.
So he got the Joel Cohen that he didn't want.
But he's still gone back for the sequel.
I was going to say, it can't have been that bad if he went to do a second one.
Yeah. How odd is it that like it all went full circle though?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is the irony of it. I think, Mike, what episodes did you watch?
I've watched like probably up to about episode 5 now. Like, I think so. But probably about the same as Craig. It's really good. I'm going to carry on watching it. And every time I watch it, though, I keep getting this like reminiscence thing. Like I've seen this before.
Yeah.
The thing is, with all cartoons as well, like that, sometimes it's hard to think not cringe at them. That sometimes as well. Like it was awesome when you first watch it, but now when you watch them as well, it's like, ooh, like they're still awesome. Like, but it's like
there's some cringy freaking like sort of like sayings in it, and like so there's definitely like in that series, there's definitely some like Peter moments where there's like you're like, oh God, he's a bit. He's a bit much. Yeah. But like I'm also noticing that I'm watching it going, oh my God, I've seen all these things before. I'm 38 now. It's a long time since I've seen that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I think. But yeah, it's horrible to think that's like over 30 years old now. So like cartoon is. But yeah, I think I've got the first series on DVD. I bought that like in 2016, and then I was looking forward to like, I know in America you can get them all, but I've been watching the second season, which I think's the best one. So I've been watching on YouTube. I've got the second season from other methods. So
same.
So
we won't talk about the other methods of buying
the
them.
other method. Yeah.
So I've been www. What's the rest of it?
www.prime.co.uk. $7.99 for a season. So I've been watching like the favourites I had when I was a kid. So ones that haven't been put on YouTube but I've been looking for them weekly. So I ended up just paying for like £7 for the whole season so I could watch it. So I watched the first one, Ragnarok and Roll. So yeah, I've been watching Ragnarok and Roll, which was some of the episode names just brilliant, like really good puns as well. So there was Ragnarok and Roll, which is about this lad whose girlfriend dumps him, and him and his mate go and like bring on the apocalypse by playing this magical flute. But the music and it's just but it's such a good episode, and the Ghostbusters don't really do anything in the end. It's like his best mate who's like a hunchback, and just tells me, you know what? Look, I'm a hunchback. I've been getting shit all my life. You got your heart broken. You just want to end the world. You're talking shit, mate.
Nice.
I just talks him out of it. And what other episodes I've been watching? Nobody Comes to Lupusville, which is the Ghostbusters versus vampires and werewolves. And I was like, I never remember that.
I like the idea of that one. I actually do like the idea of that one because I'm always into werewolves and vampires. Yeah. I do like the classic sort of like style of like vampires, werewolves, or like rather than like the original Supernatural.
Yeah.
That's quite cool.
Yeah. I mean, it was really good. I mean, I don't remember ever watching it on TV, so I don't know whether they thought it was too scary to show on like CITV, like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But it was, and these are like some of the after vampires look like normal people, the other half look like like the Max Shrek, Nosferatu vampires with some big devil wings.
Yeah.
But it was really good. And last episode is my absolute all-time favorite. When I think of Ghostbusters, I always think of this one. Is the Collect Call of Cthulhu. So that's actually what got me into Lovecraftian mythos, and I didn't even know until I was like an adult and I realised,
I've heard of this
amazing episode. Yeah, so
I've not seen it either, but I've heard of it.
It's really good. Yeah, if you find it, I'm sure they're going to post it on the YouTube channel eventually, but you can get it on there.
I'm sure I already have it.
Yeah,
because I've bought it.
Good on you.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
website.
Yeah. Prime.co.uk or Google Play.
Yeah, it's on Prime. It's on Prime, so I will definitely watch it. But it's not literally they end up fighting Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's just Peter versus Cthulhu on a roller coaster during a thunderstorm.
Oh, how fucking ace is that?
And it's got the I can't get the words out. The Necronomicon in there. It's got like little spawn of Cthulhu. And I was like, so I was watching it, and I do love the Cthulhu mythos like we've been talking about earlier. So that was really my first introduction to it, and so it's just been one of my favorite episodes, and one of the first episodes I think of when I think of that show. An honorable mention would be.
Has it got like sea people in it like that? Like
they got the spawn. Yeah, they got the spawn of Cthulhu, so they're living in the sewers and like little squiddy type monsters, and they keep like regenerating stuff. But yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And then there's an honourable mention before we move on. I'll talk about another episode which I do remember because the first one every time I saw the helicopter in it, and it was called The Revenge of Murray the Mantis, and I had a book of it as well, and it was like Godzilla versus Kong in the end because they couldn't fight this giant monster. So who did he get in to help? They got Mr. Stay Puft, so he was a good guy, and he ended up fighting.
For me, I say that
the helicopter's in the helicopter's in the first series.
Yeah, it's in Troll Bridge. No, not Troll Bridge. Is it Troll Bridge?
Yeah, it is in Troll Bridge.
Yeah.
No, it's in Kilowatt. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's in the first episode.
Yeah, I thought it
was.
It's in
the very
Ghostbusters.
first episode.
Very first episode.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
See, we've been doing our research.
I just go from memory. I haven't watched Ghostbusters in ages. I think I've only got like halfway through because that's when Ezra starts like losing concentration. Then so
I was like, well, I'm not up to that series yet, and I know I've seen the Ecto 2.
Yeah, I think you are right. I think it's just the first time I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just the cartoon is always going to have a special place in my heart. And watching it back now, I think it's aged well, except for like the first 2 seasons. Then it got took over, and like you said, they replaced Lorenzo Music with Dave Coulier from what's it called? Full House. And he took over as Peter. Yeah, he was absolutely shit. But so Roxanne and Peter. That's always put me off it. And then like they changed Janine as well. They made her like more normally actually. And when I think they realised they'd fucked up, and then they got the original writer, the fellow who wrote Babylon 5, Michael J. Straczynski. So they brought him back. They said, right, I'm going to write this episode. I'm going to explain why you changed Janine. And she had like a genie, and he just changed her. And I don't know if any know this, but I'm going to go into it. So Winston in the original series. Now, Ernie Hudson, who played Winston in the film. Yeah, it's Semi from Coming to America.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so Semi from Coming to America actually played him, but Ernie Hudson actually auditioned for the role.
He did audition for it.
You don't sound like Winston, so that's why he never got the role.
Wasn't good enough.
We're going to get this other guy in. He sounds way more like Winston than you.
I know.
How annoying would that be?
Okay, so we're on to the last section now, and this is about, we're going to ask everybody who contributes to the show, we're going to ask them the same question. I've tried putting it out on Facebook, but we've not really had many biting on this.
Early days, mate. Early days.
Yeah. So what I'm going to ask is, so I'll start with, we'll go in order. So I'll go with Craig first, then Chris, then Mike, then I'll go with me. So I want to know is, what was your favourite toy growing up, and what's the one you always wanted but never got?
Does it have to be a Ghostbusters one?
Nope, anything.
Oh, God. Oh,
bloody hell, you put me on the spot here now.
Want to swap over to me?
If you've got one, go for it.
Yeah, go on.
I'm quite happy to go first if you want.
Go on.
Yeah, go. Yeah, Mike, you got it. Go.
Honestly, I have to say Lego. Like any type of Lego that anyone could buy me, I was absolutely obsessed with. That and Scalextrics. I was obsessed with Scalextrics when I was a kid. And one year, my step granddad, I think he wanted to impress me because, like, I was quite young, and he hadn't long married my my nan, and I think he wanted to impress me one year, and he'd gone to some like I don't know, it was a car boot sale or something like that, and he bought, I swear down, a crate. Like, it wasn't, I can't even explain how big this crate was. It was bigger than my computer desk. Crate of Scalextrics, just full of Scalextrics.
wow.
And it was like huge. It was just full of Scalextrics cars, full of Scalextrics like track. It was the biggest thing you'd ever see.
Wow.
That is definitely my favorite toy that anyone ever bought me, because my parents fucking hated it because I made Scalextric tracks all around the fucking house. But you had to put like every now and then you had to put like 4D batteries in like this like one piece of Scalextrics and like a section of the track. You'd put 4D batteries in to make the track still like charged.
Yeah,
and it had a load of them in there as well, and you can make tons of it. And I would constantly be saying to my mum, "I need more D batteries. I need more D batteries." And it cost quite a lot of money at the time.
Yeah.
I would literally put Scalextrics around the entire house.
wow.
Definitely my favorite toy I ever had in my entire life.
Oh, that's amazing. Especially if it's all around your house.
Yeah, and up and down the stairs and everything. Fucking like the cat would be chasing it.
So what was the one you always wanted though?
The one I always wanted. Well, the one I always wanted that I never got.
Yeah. That's a tough one, that one.
I was spoiled. So that is quite difficult.
I know, it's hard to figure out one type. You always seem to want what other kids have, don't you, though? Like, 'cause I remember,
I think
bring a toy to school day and stuff like that.
I think for me,
like, oh, that kid's got that, I want that. Oh, that kid's got that, I want that.
Do you remember when? Do you remember when this like kids would have like a real pinball machine, but there was like a smaller version?
Yeah.
That I always wanted like a real small pinball machine. I never got one. Like one of my friends had one, and like you could like you shoot the pinball up to the top, and it'd take the pinball, and it would go around all different connections, and it'd drop it, and like a proper pinball machine.
Yeah.
And one of my friends had one like that, and it was like a mini version. I really wanted that, and like my parents were like, "That's £500. No, you're not getting that." We're not rich.
Toys for me were quite hard. It's like I had the Power Rangers toys and some of the Turtles toys, which I played with when I was quite young at first.
Yeah.
But I grew up, like, obviously I was born in 87, so I was still only a baby then. But coming into the 90s, I think it's where gaming became more popular. Yeah, and I had the Sega Mega Drive, and I was on that all the time. Like Sonic, Streets of Rage, Echo the Dolphin, all them. Like, so mine, like, my favorite was like the Sega Mega Drive, and I was always on that, playing that. Like I said, so it's kind of hard for toys for me, because like I said, it was more gaming at the time for me.
I definitely 100% want to do an episode of this just on retro gaming, because I was absolutely. I was thinking that myself. Yeah. My first console was the Commodore 64.
Oh, I can beat that. The Commodore 16.
Yeah,
Commodore
I didn't
16.
I didn't even have these.
Commodore 16. Right. And guess what game I had?
What?
Was it Boulder Dash?
Nope.
Oh, I had Boulder Dash.
Nope.
I had an Amstrad CPC 464.
I'm trying to think games that were on the Commodore 16 though.
Was it
Like
E.T.?
There wasn't that many.
No,
ET wasn't on that.
I wasn't there. I can't lie on me.
No, the Commodore 16 was before ET. That's an old console. That.
No, it was Rolf Harris's Punch and Judy.
Fucking hell. How's that a game?
How is that even a thing?
I never remember playing it. I just remember having the tape. It was just Rolf Harris's Punch and Judy. I can't remember it. I don't know if you're chasing.
Are you sure this? One? I'm not even sure that if I can remember the Commodore 16. Are you sure this wasn't a fever dream? And you just thought Rolf was like just behind you and made you into Judy.
Can you tell what it is yet?
I'm just googling it now, like Rolf Harris Judy game.
I am doing
that. I genuinely can't remember the Commodore 16.
I'm not googling that.
I know. Be careful.
Commodore 16 though.
I can't see. I'm looking on Google now.
The Commodore 16 did exist. Yeah, it totally did. It was the one just before the Commodore 64, so it would have been the. So that was the 16-bit, and then there was the 64-bit one.
I don't even think it was 16. I remember it was just crap. But we definitely want to do one retro gaming because that is definitely just one of my passions, especially now. I mean, I was a temporary team leader in work last year, and we had like a meeting with all the other team leaders with our like ops lead, and he said, "What was your favorite Christmas present growing up?" And all like some of the team leaders said, "Oh, I was a kid. I had a PS2." And one of the other lads, I had an N64, and I felt so old. So I said, well, I had a Nintendo, the original.
Yeah. Right,
I had a Commodore 64, mate. It was amazing. I remember getting my Commodore 64 as well. I came home from school. I was 5 years old.
Yeah.
Came home from school. It wasn't Christmas. It wasn't even my birthday. I came home from school. My dad was like, "I've got you a present. It's upstairs in your room." I went up there, and my Uncle Dave was up there.
Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Were you dressed as well?
Please tell me you wasn't dressed in leather with a gimp mask on.
No, he just had the skirt on and like a massive dildo. I went into my bedroom and there was a black and white TV, like a portable TV, and the Commodore 64, the brown and black one, I think it was. And he was like, "I bought you a computer." I know for a fact it wasn't my birthday. It wasn't Christmas. He didn't buy that for me. He bought it for him. But the only way he could get around my mother was I bought Michael a present. So he just had to keep it in my bedroom and just be like, "I'm going to play it every now and then."
Yeah, I remember that. I think parents, I mean, I'd use that excuse now. Oh yeah, I got Tommy like the latest console. It's for Tommy though, even though he's only here like 2 weeks a week.
Oh, absolutely.
A week. Yeah. No, just for practice, obviously. So when he's here, I don't know. But
I could get away with it a bit more because obviously he would just work constantly and just not be there because he had to work constantly.
You got the best end of the deal anyway.
I definitely did. And then he got me the Amiga, the 500 after that, and then the Amiga 1200, and it went on and on and on.
Nice.
And I'm obsessed now, and I build computers now.
Yeah, there you go. It awoken something in you, as the dean and the community says.
It definitely did.
It did. Hope this doesn't awaken something in me. Craig, what toy did you want? Or can you not remember?
It's hard, like not really. Like I said, it was more of games that I used to like playing than because, like I said, it was more of the gaming, so I wanted more games than anything. And like I said, I tend to get them for my birthday and Christmases and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I was saying before, though, like bring a toy to school day, though, it was one of those. I want that, I want that, I want that.
Yeah.
But I was never played with it when I got home.
No.
So, but no, like I said, don't get me wrong, I did have toys and I loved playing with them. But like I said, it was more of the gaming systems for me when I was growing up a bit in the 90s, because that's when I was about growing up when I was 6, 5, 7, 8, 9 and all that. So
yeah. Okay, Chris, what about you? Have you had a chance to think?
Yeah, I mean, I had a few things that I really liked. We had a ton of micro machines, an absolute ton of them.
See, I even had the game with that as well. Micro Machines, the game. It's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Right. Can I chime in again? Do you remember Micro Machines on the PlayStation?
Yeah.
No, not played.
No, I don't remember on the PlayStation. I remember for the Sega Mega Drive.
well, like the Sega Mega Drive version was amazing, but like the PlayStation version was even better because you could collect cars. It was the first one where you could actually collect cars on, and it was so good. It was Micro Machines V3, I think it was called. It was so good. Sorry, I'm chiming in on someone else's.
That's fine, brilliant.
Sorry for chiming in on someone else's.
No, it's
okay. We had a load of micro machines. We had Monsters in My Pocket.
Oh, I remember that.
I had all of those. I had the entire series. I was dead made up. And then what else? And I also had Constructs. I don't know if anyone remembers Constructs.
Yes,
like snap together plastic like construction stuff. And I used to make like robots and weapons and all sorts of stuff.
What do you call Connect?
It was Constructs.
Yeah, it was before Connect.
Was it? I
remember this. Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was. It was really cool. I really like that. I used to make stuff and write out like blueprints for how to make it again, and all that sort of thing. So, but yeah, that was really cool. I had a lot of He-Man stuff as well.
Oh yeah.
So, but what I really wanted, was actually probably more Transformers stuff because I was massive on Transformers.
Yeah,
they were really expensive though.
Yeah, I mean, I liked He-Man. I had the comics for He-Man. I had the comics delivered.
You'd ask for Transformers stuff because it was all die-cast metal stuff. Though it was a bit more expensive, and your parents would be like, "You sure you don't want anything else?"
Yeah, they don't want He-Man. But but Transformers. I did have some Transformers things. I had Sandstorm, which turned into a car and a helicopter. And I remember going to Asda one day and asking my mum if I could have Grimlock, and she did get it for me. So I was dead made up. So, but I think if there was stuff that I wanted, I think it was probably like more Transformers stuff because I didn't have a lot of it. I just had the odd couple.
Yeah, same.
So,
yeah, I was like that.
So yeah, it's probably Transformers. So I can't really think of anything else that like I really wanted that I was, But yeah, Transformers. I'd love Transformers. Transformers.
So
was
basically, what we're all saying is we were all really spoiled children.
Yeah, we would. Yeah, definitely. I think when you speak to other sports children, you think you realise as well. We
were spoiled.
I don't know if you saw it, Ian, the trick that I played on Ola for her birthday because I got a Nintendo Switch, didn't I? And I got those games because she's got a Nintendo Wii.
Yeah,
I gave her the Nintendo. My mum had the Nintendo Switch, and when she was opening the games, she was like, "Oh, new game." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Ola, I've got you for the wrong console, and we'll have to take them back and swap them." And she was like, oh, "Okay." And then when she got to my mum's and she opened the Switch, she was like, I can play him now. She's excited. But my mum did that to me. I think it was like one birthday or one Christmas. Yeah. And it was Street Fighter for the Super Nintendo. And I opened it and I was like, I can't play it. And you're like, oh, we'll have to swap it. And then obviously I opened another present and then it was like the Super Nintendo console.
Yeah.
So I always remember it. So I decided to play it on all as well.
My parents did that to me when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
I opened the box. It was a motorcycle helmet, and I was like, "What the hell?" And they were like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "Why is there a motorcycle helmet?" I opened the rest of my presents, and they were like, "Now you have to go to the garage." And I went to the garage, and there was a fucking motorcycle in there. 12 years old.
A Pee-wee 50.
It was a Suzuki QR50. It was a crosser, like, basically.
Yeah, I remember I got
12.
a Pee-wee 50
I was
one
12.
time. I got a Pee-wee 50 and it was awesome. It was absolutely brilliant.
This thing wasn't designed for children. This thing was designed for adults.
You ride around Mershaw down the fields with it.
Pretty much. Until someone stole it.
That's what happened to my Pee-wee 50 as well. I got nicked as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mershaw.
Yeah,
mine was in Witness though.
I'm so glad we moved away from there.
Yeah. Well, my parents did something similar with me. It was a Game Boy. I always wanted a Game Boy. Next one, I had this big box on Christmas morning. I had holes in it saying "Careful, this bites." I think, oh my god, you got me a dog. Opened up as a Game Boy inside. Suffice to say, you have to get me a dog 9 months later for my birthday.
I bet you can guess what game it come with. Was it Tetris?
Yeah, of course. It was. You know what? Right. Story about my mum is my mum always played on it. Anyway, so about my mum just moved to Widnes that Christmas. My dad said to me, right, you get like some games, and I'll get a DS for Christmas. So we were there. Oh, Christmas Day, she gave him the filthiest look when she opened it. So what's this? Why have you bought me this? Actually, she's constantly playing on it. So
nice.
Works about like that. But
that's actually really sweet.
It is. Yeah, but yeah. She was playing Tetris again, Mario. Anyway, so I had to really think really hard about mine because there's so many toys that I had favorite. I mean, I was going to say Boulder Hill from Mask. That was
nice.
But I had virtually all the masks. I had everything. Set up. Then I was going to say actually the 1989 Batmobile.
Okay,
nice.
Yeah,
no, I like that. Like,
yeah.
Have you seen the newer Lego version of that?
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks
my
sweet.
God.
And they can even do the Batwing now. And I was going to say the Batwing because I had the Batwing and that was beautiful. But my all-time favorite, I do this so I track how many times I actually owned one. And I've had this 3 times now. 2 as a teenager, 1 as a child, 1 as a teenager, 1 as an adult, and that's the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
It is my all-time favorite toy. It was a play set. It was a toy. It's just a classic.
My cousin had it, and I was absolutely jealous of him having it. But we played with that a lot.
Yeah. It just is.
It was the toy that we all gathered around and just played with when we were kids.
Yeah, I mean,
it definitely was the toy of it wasn't even the year because the year it came out, it was years later we still played with that fucking Millennium Falcon. And would literally, it was just so iconic. And you just remember just playing with this toy. And if someone had an AT-AT as well, fucking hell. My cousin had a fucking AT-AT as well.
This is a funny Tom related story. So I got an AT-AT from a car boot sale near Runcorn's old football ground.
Yeah.
And I bought it for £2.50 in the box. I mean, the box is massive, but anyway, that went years ago. But Tommy got into Star Wars a few years ago. And we went to the Star Wars celebration they had at the Echo Arena.
Yeah.
So Tommy was dressed up. I mean, I posted pictures on my Facebook years ago. I have to find some, put them on the. I'll put them on the pages for the podcast. And so Tommy was dressed as a Jedi. He got picked up by Chewbacca. Anyway, we met this fella and we actually follow each other on Twitter now. But he sold Tommy Tommy had birthday money. He bought an AT-AT. He called it Robot Dog. He got a lead for it. He got a little collar for it. We got a Jabba the Hutt. I've taken pictures. I'll post on it. But yeah, it was so it's in my mum's porch now. I just walked in there, saw it when I came in, and he just calls it Robot Dog. So it's like a member of the family now.
Yeah, Robot Dog.
I love that.
Robot Dog, yeah. But I'll post some pictures. I'll find them on my Instagram, but I'll get them. But the one toy I always wanted, and my cousin had it, and I used to play with it whenever went down my auntie's, was the Ghostbusters Proton Pack. So you had the pack, you had the PK meter, and you had like the little
Yeah.
you know, the proton one that had the foam thing. It was just amazing. And if you still, my auntie keeps toys, so if I ever find out it's in her loft, I'm gonna have to buy it off her because it's just like the Millennium Falcon. It's classic. It's iconic. It's beautiful. I had the Ghost Pop as a little it's like a little Nerf gun, but it wasn't a Nerf gun. It's like Kenneth used to
Yeah,
sell it.
I remember you saying the little like poppy thing,
the poppy thing. Yeah.
It was like
the remake.
Are they?
Yeah, they remade them, so they've done the original, like the Star Wars, they've done the original 4 Ghostbusters, done a couple of figures, and they've just released Ecto 1. If anyone wants to
I'm not buying them because I'm an adult and I don't have children.
Well, I know,
that seems like poor excuse.
You get away with it. I don't.
Yeah,
I can't even fucking have Legos because
of course you can.
Apparently,
of course you can.
They're not
no,
toys,
no,
they're
you can have
collector's
Legos.
items. Of course you can.
Yeah, they're hobbies.
They can't be toys because I sent Ian the link for the new AT-AT, and they can't be toys because that's about 800 quid.
I know, I've seen them.
You can buy the.
They're getting ridiculously. They're getting ridiculous now. Now, one of my friends just spent £550 on the Millennium Falcon, the full-size Millennium Falcon Lego.
Nice.
That's ridiculous. That though.
£550. The £50 even sent it over even more.
Just seeing what's it called though? They've just released the house from Home Alone, haven't they? And that's like 250 quid.
Oh yeah,
Lego.
Yeah. It's like the Friends box. This Friends sets. Did you do Lego everything now?
Yeah. I think the reason I don't want to do it, I don't even want to buy the £25 ones, is because I don't want to get addicted to it.
It's not just that though; it's space you need for Lego. I think.
Yeah.
You do, and like.
No, I'd find space. I just don't want to get addicted to it. I don't want to spend that much money on shit.
Yeah. But definitely, yeah.
I already spend enough money on my computer. I don't need to spend money on anything else.
There you go, with the PC Master Race.
Yes, definitely.
Pretty much.
Thank you very much for listening today, our first ever episode. It's been absolutely brilliant. Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. You can find me on PlayStation and at the Geeky Dad 29, also on Twitter at the Geeky Dad 29. You can find me on Instagram at the Geeky Dad, and that's about it. Mike, where can we find you?
You can find me as System Smoke on Instagram. And
Chris,
pretty much everywhere else.
Chris, where can we find you?
Twitter is at ethereal_UK_, and my Twitch channel is twitch.tv/etherealuk.
Absolutely perfect. And Craig, where can we find you?
Me, you can find me on Xbox, username ManFatGlory.
Absolutely perfect. Listen, boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's never laughed so much in my entire life. It's just been a real pleasure.
Yeah, you too, dude.
Yeah. Before we go, are we all going to go and watch Afterlife when it comes out?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I am so excited to see this film.
I've got tickets for Sunday, but that's the first time I can see it.
No. Well, I think maybe in a couple of weeks we'll come back to this and we'll review it. What do you think?
Yes,
absolutely. Well, I don't know. Maybe not in a couple of weeks. Spoilers. Come on. Let people watch it first.
I was going to say a couple of weeks, so
the whole
give it a month.
Yeah, we'll give it a month.
Give it a month.
It's their own fault.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. Okay, well, thanks very much. You all enjoy the rest of your evening and take care. Stay safe.
Sound.
Yep, you too.
Good night, everyone.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much for listening to the Geeky Dads podcast today. I am Ian Duffy. You can find us on Spotify, the Geeky Dads podcast. We're also on facebook.com/the Geeky Dads podcast. We're on Twitter as well at the Geeky Dads pod. And you can also find us lastly on Instagram at Geeky Dads podcast. Thank you so much for listening today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.